The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. He who is without a goal is like a ship without a compass. Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle: some things are within our control, and some things are not. If you want to be rich, do not add to your money, but subtract from your desire. It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. It is not he who reviles or strikes you, who insults you, but your opinion that these things are insulting. He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. Do not seek to bring things to pass in accordance with your wishes, but wish for them as they are, and you will find them. No man is free who is not a master of himself. It is not the things themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about those things. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. If you wish to be a writer, write. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. Practice yourself, for heaven's sake, in little things, and thence proceed to greater. He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. Appearances to the mind are of four kinds. Things either are what they appear to be, or they neither are, nor appear to be, or they are, and do not appear to be, or they are not, and yet appear to be. First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. We cannot control the emotions or attitudes of others, we can only control our own reactions. Don't just say, "You have read books." Show that through them, you have learned to think better, to be a more discriminating and reflective person. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. The essence of philosophy is that a man should so live, that his happiness shall depend as little as possible on external things. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. He who exercises wisdom, exercises the knowledge which is about God. To accuse others for one's own misfortunes is a sign of want of education. To accuse oneself shows that one's education has begun. To accuse neither oneself nor others shows that one's education is complete. Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that they are difficult. When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. Then you will forget your anger. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power or our will. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. If you seek truth, you will not seek victory by dishonorable means, and if you find truth, you will become invincible. We should not give up, and we should not allow the problem to defeat us. You are a little soul carrying around a corpse. Other people's views and troubles can be contagious. Don't sabotage yourself by unwittingly adopting negative, unproductive attitudes through your associations with others. I laugh at those who think they can damage me. They do not know who I am, they do not know what I think, they cannot even touch the things which are really mine and with which I live. Attach yourself to what is spiritually superior, regardless of what other people think or do. Hold to your true aspirations no matter what is going on around you. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Caretake this moment. Immerse yourself in its particulars. Respond to this person, this challenge, this deed. Quit evasions. Stop giving yourself needless trouble. It is time to really live, to fully inhabit the situation you happen to be in now. A ship should not ride on a single anchor, nor life on a single hope. We must not believe the many, who say that only free people ought to be educated, but we should rather believe the philosophers who say that only the educated are free. Do not get too attached to life, for it is like a sailor's leave on the shore, and at any time, the captain may sound the horn, calling you back to eternal darkness. For sheep don't throw up the grass to show the shepherds how much they have eaten, but, inwardly digesting their food, they outwardly produce wool and milk. You will do the greatest services to the state, if you shall raise not the roofs of the houses, but the souls of the citizens, for it is better that great souls should dwell in small houses than for mean slaves to lurk in great houses. It is the nature of the wise to resist pleasures, but the foolish to be a slave to them. Preach not to others what they should eat, but eat as becomes you and be silent. It is better to die of hunger having lived without grief and fear, than to live with a troubled spirit, amid abundance. No great thing is created suddenly. If evil be said of thee, and if it be true, correct thyself, if it be a lie, laugh at it. It is our attitude toward events, not events themselves, which we can control. Nothing is by its own nature calamitous, even death is terrible only if we fear it. Freedom is secured not by the fulfilling of men's desires, but by the removal of desire. Epictetus, being asked how a man should give pain to his enemy, answered, by preparing himself to live the best life that he can. Imagine for yourself a character, a model personality, whose example you determine to follow, in private as well as in public. Tentative efforts lead to a tentative outcome. Therefore, give yourself fully to your endeavors. Decide to construct your character through excellent actions and determine to pay the price of a worthy goal. If you would cure anger, do not feed it. Say to yourself, I used to be angry every day, then every other day, now only every third or fourth day. When you reach 30 days, offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving to the gods. No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a figure. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. It is more necessary for the soul to be cured than the body, for it is better to die than to live badly. There is no shame in making an honest effort. Very little is needed for everything to be upset and ruined, only a slight lapse in reason. Be careful to leave your sons well instructed rather than rich, for the hopes of the instructed are better than the wealth of the ignorant. All philosophy lies in two words: sustain and abstain. Silence is safer than speech. Keep silence for the most part, and speak only when you must, and then briefly. If virtue promises happiness, prosperity and peace, then progress in virtue is progress in each of these, for to whatever point the perfection of anything brings us, progress is always an approach toward it. God has entrusted me with myself. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. It takes more than just a good-looking body. You've got to have the heart and soul to go with it. The two powers which in my opinion constitute a wise man, are those of bearing and forbearing. Do not laugh much or often or unrestrainedly. One that desires to excel should endeavor in those things that are in themselves most excellent.